What up, what up, what up, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red. We back for another one, y'all. Alright, so decided to do a quick video. We had a nice little live last night. We did some film study of the Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman fight. Basically because everyone was saying to me that they felt like Pacquiao gassed out at the end of that fight. I watched it and I don't feel like he gassed out. I feel like he became cautious later on, maybe after feeling a few good punches from Keith Thurman. But I don't think he gassed out. But today's topic is gonna be how will history remember Pacquiao after Errol Spence Jr. And it's gonna be, I think it can go two ways, man. Pacquiao already has a legacy in the sport of boxing, and it's a strong legacy, and it's a legacy that'll. So some things in his legacy, as far as history goes, that'll probably never be broken. As far as a few records that he set, uh, but you know, even with all his accolades in boxing, if he takes a severe loss like a Marquez loss to Earl Spence Jr., it's really going to be ugly on his legacy, on how history remembers him in the sport of boxing, simply because it will probably be the last time we see him, and he'll never have another chance to redeem himself. So, this might not be Pacquiao's last fight if he wins, but this could surely be Pacquiao's last fight if he loses, and it could impact his history in boxing if he loses badly. Which I don't want to see him lose. I don't want to see him lose badly. I want to see him take his career to the next level, whatever that is. I don't know if it's another level he could hit, but I surely do believe that if he beats Earl Spence Jr., the world will be saying Manny Pacquiao's name again. Even though the world, they appreciate what he did with Thurman, but I think people kind of slept on, even myself, kind of slept on how good he was in that fight. And it allows people to say things like he gassed out or he didn't. You got to look at his performance throughout the whole fight and the points that might have made him say, "Hey, it's time to slow down a little bit." Because it's later in the rounds, I'm up. I scored a knockdown. I already up in the cards. I'm already up. There's no need for him to do these things like he did when he was 20 years of age. He has to be a cautious fighter now. He's been knocked out. He's been cheated. He has to do everything uh, cautiously when it comes to his boxing career, especially how he's pursuing fighters within the ring, because it can really get ugly real quick. Uh, Now, if he wins, if he loses, it's going to have a found effect on his career. There are always going to be those haters out there that I told you so people, the people saying he should have retired years ago, the people saying Errol Spence Jr. is the next big thing in boxing. All the talk is going to come out, man, if he loses. Definitely the Mayweather haters are going to come back out, even though they refuse to give him a rematch. They're going to come into play with the Pacquiao hate, because no Mayweather fan likes Pacquiao. I don't care how much they might say they do. They might say, "Hey, I like both guys," but most Mayweather fans, 90%, probably 95, 98%, can't stand Pacquiao. They're definitely gonna come out in droves if he loses. Uh, if he wins, though, it sets up a historical event in the sport of boxing when it comes to that Terrence Crawford fight, because if Manny Pacquiao beats Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford, he there's no doubt in my mind he deserves to be crowned the best fighter of the last 20 years, maybe even longer than that. At least 20 years. You could say Pacquiao is the best fighter of the past 20 years, man. There's no other name you could stick out there and say, "Hey, this guy's better than Pacquiao. This guy's better than Pacquiao. This guy didn't lose, so that makes him better than Pacquiao." No, nobody in history would have conquered 8 divisions. Nobody in history would have become champion that many times. Nobody in history would have unified a whole division at the age he's at, and it's definitely his story. It's definitely going down in the history books. If he beats Errol Spence Jr., it's going to be a historical event if he beats Terrence Crawford. It's going to take him to climb a couple of mountains for to achieve all of this, and I'm surely well wishing Pacquiao. But if anybody, I feel any fighter out there who can achieve this, even being his age, I think Manny Pacquiao can. We saw George Foreman do amazing things at his age, and he just kind of willed himself to that victory. But sometimes willing yourself and having skill set will get you right where you want to be. And we all know Manny Pacquiao has terrific skill set. He's not just willing himself to victory. He's beat some of the top guys out there. He's been cheated several times. He's got victories that he should have on his record that are not. And he took those losses on the chin like a man, like a real fighter is supposed to, like a champion is supposed to. And I don't do nothing but commend Manny Pacquiao for even taking the risk at this late stage of his career, saying, hey, I don't want to fight no cupcakes. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He said, I'm going to give the fans what they want. I want to make history. This is a historical event. Everybody should be amped up, pumped up, and ready to go, win or lose with this Errol Spence Jr. fight. Whether Pacquiao wins or loses, this is a historical event because he took the fight at this age, at this stage of his career, with the best guy out there. And he's risking a lot if he loses this fight. He's risking a whole lot, but he stands to gain a whole lot if he wins. And oh boy, the fireworks that are gonna come if he wins, the fireworks. It's gonna be crazy because all the detractors are gonna really have to look at themselves. You know, they're gonna have to start questioning themselves. Are they just haters of Pacquiao, or are they real boxing fans? Because if he beats Errol Spence Jr., that's something you guys have been missing this whole time when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. That Manny Pacquiao fans and real fans of boxing who still have interest in Pacquiao have been noticing this whole time, which is skill beats out a loudmouth talent. Skill beats out a loudmouth. What I mean by that is you have a lot of fighters nowadays whose mouth is bigger than their skill set, i.e., guys like Thurman, i.e., guys like Danny Garcia, Ryan Garcia, all these guys who want to throw themselves out there, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, even because he refuses to fight a professional fighter, in my opinion, and that makes you just a loudmouth. And I know people will say, well, hey, he's 50 and old, he beat all these champions. And, well, the fights that people wanted to see, a lot of them he didn't take. The Pacquiao fight we didn't get when we wanted it. We can still have a rematch, and we're not going to get it. Because, in my mind, is because he knows and everyone else knows that skill beats out a loudmouth talent. You might have talent and you might have a loud mouth and you might be able to will yourself to some victories. Manny Pacquiao has skill, and he uses his skills in the right way every time he steps in the boxing ring, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. How do y'all feel history is going to remember Manny Pacquiao after this Errol Spence fight? Is it going to be great whether he wins or loses? Is it going to be an asterisk placed on his name if he loses? Is he still going to have the same legacy if he loses? If he wins, does it just skyrocket him? Does it become a historical event? Does that Terrence Crawford fight become a historical event? Something that my kids, the next generation, your kids, the generation after them, they're gonna look back at boxing and say, you guys remember that Manny Pacquiao guy? He came, he he unified all titles at 42, 43 years of age. You guys remember that? It's gonna be one of those type of events. If you ask, oh man, my light went off. There you go. It's gonna be one of those type of events. So I guess that's my sign that I should get out of here, man. Hit that like button for me, please subscribe. I'm definitely gonna be trying to drop content every day until the fight comes, whether it be a video or a live stream, man. I'm gonna try to give y'all something new every day. Let me know what y'all want to talk about next. If anybody wants to collab, man, they want to get chopped into a video or put into a live, man, hit me up. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know who you are. That way we can collabo. We can get together. We can talk behind the scenes, man. See what we can do. Definitely gonna be trying to do a panel type live stream for the fight. So anybody wants to be involved with that, who's watching this video, definitely leave me a comment, man. Hit that like button for me. Tell everybody about me and the Ali Land Boxing Talk, Red Room Sports, Team Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao. Community, man. It's for all the so-called Pactards out there, man. They call us Pactards because we don't go away, man. We just keep playing the game, man, and winning. Alright, y'all, man. I'm gonna go eat, man. Enjoy my night. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow, man. Where we at, man? Where we at? We right outside the soccer stadium, man. Right across the street from the football stadium, bro. Just over chilling, man. I like to come back here, man, and just chill, man. Think, man. Look at how the city has grown, over the past 10 years, man. None of this stuff was heard 10 years ago, man. And it's crazy how much the city has grown. It's crazy how much is going on in the city right now, but I'm trying to focus on positive things, man. So it's your boy Cardinal Red, and we are out of here.